Welcome to Sonia Podcast. So, parents actually are saying that they were sick of hearing on Mother's Day that they are good parents, they selfless superheroes, that they don't want to hear that anymore. They said instead they want to hear keeping our kids alive. There's only so much we can do as parents to protect our kids in a society that has more guns than people and rampant school shootings. As a parent, you can't single-handedly make the laws to keep drunk drivers off the roads. Making our community safe is a communing effort. Providing for our families. Research shows that moms are more likely than dads to sacrifice their careers for caregiving. The results, motherhood wage gap, is one of the reasons the gender pay gap has barely budged in 2 decades. But more flexible work arrangement, paid maternity and paternity leave, as a Harvard economist Claudia Golden argues, make work less greedy. With our time can make working parenthood more durable and reduce the wage gap. Supporting our kids' mental health. It's hard for parents to keep kids the mental health support they need without affordable and accessible mental health services. The U.S. has a chronic shortage of psychiatrists and it's going to keep growing, says Saul, medical director of the American Psychiatric Association. The situation is even worse for, basically they stand for the ghetto areas. 60% of the Americans live in these areas with a mental health provider shortage. Protecting our kids online. We can't keep our kids off the internet forever. That's just not going to happen. Parents are grossly outmatched when going up against a tech industry dedicated to getting our kids addicted to their apps and products. Fortunately, better privacy and safety protection for kids online is one of the rare issues that has any bipartisan support. Teaching our kids how to be civil in public spaces. Parents are under constant pressure to make sure their kids are not a nuisance on airplanes and restaurants and grocery stores and so on. But as public researcher Stephanie Murray writes, keeping kids quiet in public often depends a style of parenting that is at once a hypervigilant and overly permissive, where kids are given constant attention but no agency. Ironically, it works against the long-term goal of raising competent, well-behaved kids. If you want kids to learn how to navigate the world and work through their problems, then society needs to be more tolerant of the downsides that come with having children in public spaces. Ensuring that our kids are well cared for. The pandemic showed us what can happen when child cares get massively disrupted, and it was not pretty. Moms felt the most impact, reducing their work hours and turning down progress more than dads. Unfortunately, the situation doesn't appear to be improving. The U.S. spent less than 0.5% of its GDP on early care and education, with a lack of funding and a severe caregiver shortage. Parents are still struggling to find and afford quality child care. When society doesn't invest in its youngest members, it's not just parents and kids who suffer. We all do. So instead of telling moms what an important job they have, let's give them what they really need, more support. Yeah, someone actually has sent me that. I was like, oh, wow. This is great. This is good. Because we, as parents, I don't have no more little children, but I still have a teenager, need all the support we can get. So, parents don't want to hear that anymore. They don't want to hear we're doing well or, because we're in a world, in society today where there's so much going on to try to keep our children safe. There's so much going on to even wonder if our children are going to come back home. So, I agree. We don't want to hear that anymore. And I'd like to thank you for listening to Sonya Podcast. Please give it a 5-star review on Speaker, Spotify, iHeart. Wherever you listen to your podcast at, please share. You can call me here at sv766752@gmail.com. You can also go to my website, http://podcaster/wordpress.com. Follow me at son.ia9795, Instagram, Sonya Santiago, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Follow my son Sounds on Instagram. He have an album out on Apple, Spotify. Follow King's Flex. They have an album out on SoundCloud. Follow Females Reform. They have a vintage store in New York, and have a blessed night.